Scott, the dust has settled here at Twerton Park. It's another away defeat. How do you assess the away form from Slough over the last 3 months?
Terrible. There's make no bones about it. It's not good. In terms of tonight's performance, I thought Bath started the better. We then had a good couple of moments where we didn't get our shot off. A couple of balls that were ricocheting around in the box. We got in at half time at 1-0. I thought for 15-20 minutes we looked like we carried a bit of a threat. Great opportunity. I think Gilbs has had a good shot. Keeps made a good save. Then Slavy gets down the side and there's a ball like bouncing across the line and it doesn't actually get there, or no one gets a foot on it. And I felt like we were in their half a little bit more than what we were in the first half. So that was a positive. And then we give the ball away cheaply, 2-0, and the game's over. So hugely disappointing to come away obviously with a defeat. Something needs to be done in terms of how we play away from home. We're obviously missing 3 of our usual back 4, back 5, whatever you want to call it. We've obviously Guy coming off at half time, Bayliss, Lewis, and it's not helpful. We had to rejig it around from Saturday, and then Guy had to come off at half time. So it's tough, of course it is. We brought all these lads in to hopefully allow me to take a step back, and it's not happened. Yeah, massively disappointing, but credit to Bath. I know they'll enjoy that one. I got quite a bit of abuse around the ground throughout that, and it's part of the game, of course it is. They don't know me from Adam, so yeah, listen, I expect them to give me that. Whether it's justified or not, I don't believe it is, but no, credit to them. They were really organised tonight. They were a different side to what we played in, was it November? I think it was fireworks night. They had a real steeliness about them. And I spoke to the lads in there about that. They looked like they wanted it more than us. It looked like they cared a little bit more. They won too many first and second balls, celebrating winning throw-ins and free kicks, and rightly so. So it was a big game tonight for both sides for the same reason, trying to probably get another 3 points on the board to try and make that gap a little bit bigger to the bottom sides. And they've managed to do it and we haven't. So no, credit to Darren and Ken's. I get on really well with them. So they probably about just edged it tonight in terms of their first half performance, and then moments in the second half where we were a little bit sloppy and allowed them to get in.
Is it telling at all that we stand here as the Bath City goalkeeper's named man of the match, or is there an element of frustration about our side's maybe lack of being a bit clinical in front of goal?
I didn't know that. Listen, I don't think that he was outstanding or didn't need to be outstanding. He's made a couple of good saves, but I thought there were some really good performances in their team tonight. I picked out the midfield 2 in there. I thought Luke Russ and Tilson, they won a lot of first and second balls, and that's usually where we're pretty good. But tonight we weren't. I think they played the conditions better than we did. Their work rate, I'm never going to question our work rate because I do believe we work hard, but they work maybe a little bit smarter than we did tonight. So, yeah, listen, it's a tough result, of course it is, and I feel for the people that have travelled down there to watch us. We always appreciate that, of course we do, but they must be as sick as I am in terms of our away form. It's never nice when you leave an away ground and go home empty-handed. All the prep that goes into it, the travel, obviously the cost for people to get down here and things like that. So I've mentioned to the lads in there, we can't just be good at home, but even being good at home, we've obviously drawn at home on Saturday. It's not like we've won the game. We need to win a game sooner rather than later, and they don't come much tougher than going to Hornchurch away, where it'll be an absolute battle against a really good side with plenty of experience, Football League experience, top manager. So yeah, let's bring it on.
You also mentioned about Guy coming off at half time. Was that a planned change tactically, or was there maybe an element of fitness still in that?
Yeah, he was struggling to even start the game, but once Lewis dropped out yesterday, we needed Guy to try and get through some part of the game, and he managed to get through 45 minutes. Listen, I don't want to be the manager that makes excuses, but when you miss Guy Hollis for 45 minutes, you miss Dan Bayliss for 90 minutes, Lewis Mitchell for 90 minutes. So yeah, listen, it's tough. That's 3 lads that would start every game for us, and it's difficult in the back line. But listen, there's no time for excuses or sulking or moaning. We've got to get on with it. We know what we've got. We've got a really small squad at the moment. We had 3 under-19s on the bench tonight, and that's just where we're at the moment. So yeah, listen, we know what we are, where we are, who we are, and we know what we need to do, and that's the most important thing. So I still believe in the group of boys. We've got more than enough talent or capability in there, but tonight I just worried about coming to a place like this, I just felt like we maybe got beat up a little bit in certain areas of the pitch.
Just finally then, looking to that game on Saturday at Hornchurch, do you feel like you've gained enough knowledge and know-how from the game we've played today that you're expecting on Saturday from them?
Yeah, maybe, but we don't have the numbers to change it. That's the hardest thing. It's not like we've got a squad. I saw Welling the other day. I think they had 7 players not in the squad that were training for the game. It's a luxury. Sometimes you can have too many and it becomes difficult. But yeah, we are down to the bare bones. So there's a lot that's happened this week with players, certain players that I won't go into, but hugely disappointing that it does leave us down to the bare bones in terms of our options. But listen, when the going gets tough, we have to get going. It's as simple as that. And listen, I believe that we will. Whether the win comes on Saturday or it comes next Saturday, by hook or by crook, we'll get it. And I think that we need to get a couple just to take the pressure off. If someone had said to us before ball was kicked this season, we'd be where we are, I don't think it would have been the end of the world. Always think the second season is a lot more difficult after doing well last year. The sides in the division that have come up. And the other thing is we've not been in a relegation zone for I think 15, 16 months now. And I went through the league last night doing some research. I think there's only 7 teams that have been in the league last year and this year that have not been in a relegation zone for the past 16 months. So I do understand people's frustrations, but it could be a lot worse. But hopefully we're not obviously regretting what I'm saying here. Come the end of the season, we need to make sure that we get a job done and make sure that this club has a National League South football club, or this town has a National League South football club, and we will do that. We will achieve it, but it's just getting frustrating.
Commiserations, Scott, and thank you for your time, and we'll see you on Saturday at Hornchurch.
Cheers, Con. Thank you.